Hello everyone. They say it's going to be the hottest day of the year today. But now for the good news. It's time for another Ferrari F40 video. I've hit parts 17 and 18. Let me see what there is to do. Okay, in 17 I'm going to be adding a few more details to the engine. So that will be nice. It's going to be looking a lot different from what it is right now. You'll see what I mean when I come back. And in 18, I'm not entirely sure what those bits are. They look like part of the engine, but I don't think they are, because it's not even mentioning the engine in part 18, and it's certainly not showing you them attached to the engine. I think that's going to be one of those weird parts that I need to store for much, much later, until God knows when, and then I'll need it again. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to sort out some kind of a storage box for all my parts to keep them not only where I know where they are, but also in good condition. It's probably just going to be a cardboard box. You know me. Let me get on with the build, and I will see you on the other side. Well, there we have it. I've put a bit more detail on the engine, as you can see. That bit going across there, and those two bits there. And in the photos, this bit was actually that bit there, which is all silver. But suddenly, it's black. I guess they must have updated it, which is never a bad thing. But why do I get this feeling that I'm going to hate the fact they've told me to put this on first, when there's some holes underneath there, buried deep underneath, and I'm going to have to access those holes at some point. So getting anything into those is now going to be a nightmare. So I've got a bad feeling that that's what's coming up later. There's another one right in the corner there. There's another issue with these instructions, and that's definitely this piece here, because there's two pieces that need to run along side by side, but they only ever show you one piece on there. Now, if this was Terminator instructions, they would show you that piece, and then they would say, and then attach the other piece, and they'd show you both pieces. They don't. They just show you over the page. It's suddenly with both pieces in. And also, it doesn't mention that the pegs are slanted. So you have to work out actually how they slot into the metal. This is a real problem because, well, you're going to be potentially bending plastic pegs out of shape, and then you could snap them off, and then you're stuffed. It never mentions that you need to insert them at an angle. So that really is not good, because how would you even know that they're at an angle just by looking at the holes? You don't know that. You can't see inside a hole unless you've got some kind of microscopic camera that you can feed down there to see that they're slanted. But that's what they are. So I was trying to put them in straight, and obviously they were bending. So luckily I salvaged it, and they didn't bend to a degree that they'd break. And also, you can see it says there, set up the base of the oil filter in the correct position. Well, that's fine. But then the next part, it says, join the oil filter. Due to the semicircular interlocking system, it can only be installed in one position. They're showing you the drum part that you have to put on top of it. Now that's fine, except that they didn't mention that this part is also semicircular underneath it, where it actually fits onto the engine itself. So you forget to mention it there, but then you suddenly mention it again there, that, oh yes, it's semicircular, so it will only fit one way. Why don't you just mention it all the way through? These instructions are very haphazard and very inconsistent, as maybe you can start to see with all the things I've said. So it's a little bit of a puzzle. I don't mind working out what I need to do when they've said everything. What I don't like is trying to work out what parts they've missed and how to do it, despite all the parts they've forgot to tell me. The model itself is not really that bad. The design in parts is excellent, compared to the previous car, but the instructions, oh my god, this is going to be a struggle. So I'm going to be working these out, I think. That's going to be the main trauma as I go along here, trying to work out what the hell they were talking about and why they forgot to mention this part and why they mentioned it here, but then it's different to what they said it was. But anyway, the other parts I've done in 18, I think it was. Yes, 18. This part and this part. I don't have any idea what these are, but I've done them. So it's time to put these away somewhere, keep them all safe. I've got to really focus and concentrate here as to where I want to store all this. But that being said, I hope you have enjoyed my struggles, and it definitely has been a struggle, this part, or these two parts, largely due to the inconsistent instructions, as you've seen. You know, semicircular system, same semicircular system, but completely not mentioned. Thank you for watching, and I will meet you back here next time.